dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Good evening and happy Halloween. I'm Vivica Grayson. The Halloween fun begins in Letcher County as the annual 3 Mile Creek Farms Halloween Bash, hosted by Antiques by the Creek, wrapped up today. WYMT's Jazz Jenkins attended the spooky event.
Held during the last weekend of September, ending on Halloween, with proceeds going towards the farm's rescued animals.
But today is free. Our last day we always do free for the community, the kids, and the people that's not got to come, which we don't want anybody not to come to our pumpkin patch. If you don't have the money to get in, we pay your way in. So nobody's turned away because of money.
Giving the children of the county an opportunity for fun.
A lot of kids in this community can't afford to go to these pumpkin patches far away. So we wanted something for the kids in this community to be able to, and they've been kids that come that's never been to anything like this. And it is such a blessing to see those kids have fun and have something to do in this community.
Especially during like the Halloween season, because there's a lot of mischief that the kids could get into. But with something like this here, there's not really a lot for the kids to do in this area. You have to drive an hour to 2 hours to 3 hours away.
Seeing participants coming from surrounding counties and states.
I guess it's all in part of getting a break from where you're from. Getting a break from where you're from. That's why a lot of people go from here to other places, and then people from other places come to here.
Thankful for that support from everyone who comes out and enjoys the Halloween fun.
Me and my wife would never be able to afford to rescue animals and feed them all winter long without the help of the community. And we love the animals, and once they come here, they have a home forever. They really do.
Already looking forward to next year's frightening fun. In Letcher County, Chaz Jenkins, WYMT Mountain News.
Elkins says they saw around 70 children participate each day. In August, we covered a rescue operation where several puppies from the Kentucky River Animal Shelter were flown from Hazard and relocated to a larger shelter in New Jersey. This rescue operation was made possible by Amelia Air, a nonprofit rescue group that relocates cats and dogs from overcrowded kill shelters to larger shelters in high-populated areas. Several shelter dogs that were relocated to the Humane Society of Atlantic County have been adopted by employees at the Brandywine Assisted Living Facility in New Jersey, where they will begin their training to become companions for the senior residents in the program.
The whole group loves to see these animals and loves to see, okay, we saved some animals, we got them out of a place, we made some room for some new ones coming in behind them, and then they ended up in these wonderful homes and households and sometimes a retirement community. So it's really neat. I mean, this is a unique one for us. I'm very excited about that.
Founder of Amelia Air, Dean Heistad, says they're very picky when it comes to what shelters they partner with. He adds that the Humane Society of Atlantic County has done a wonderful job orchestrating this particular relocation. We'll have more on Amelia Air and the animals that travel with the organization at 11. An update on Carrying Costumes, a Lexington organization dedicated to donating Halloween costumes to those in need, was burglarized. Shortly after their costume fair is when boxes and boxes of costumes were stolen. Shelby Lofton gives us an update.
Who would take costume?
Carrying Costumes wrapped up another successful costume fair days before Halloween.
We load them up in our car, we take them to the costume fair, we hang them up. The children come through and pick out their costume, and then we have a lot of leftover costumes that we just store and put away till next year.
Co-founder Kathy Phillips says a caravan of cars full of costumes went back to her house. It's where she and Robin Anderson, also a co-founder, store everything.
A lot of costumes made it to the basement with the racks, but several boxes we just left in the garage.
Phillips says she realized something was wrong while working on a costume request.
I was looking for a specific size, I couldn't find it, and I was like, where are the new costumes?
She says she walked out to her garage, the spot where boxes upon boxes full of new costumes sat was empty. Phillips says someone broke in.
Shocked and very sad.
She says those accessories and outfits could have gone to homes who needed them.
I hope someone's wearing those costumes tonight, to be quite honest.
The moms behind Carrying Costumes say they're not letting the burglars steal their Halloween spirit.
People are going back out there and talking to their friends and collecting more costumes. So we're trying to restock, get our costume boxes full again.
They're taking a sour trick and turning it around to be a sweet treat for someone else. In Lexington, Shelby Lofton, WKYT.
Phillips encourages everyone to consider donating their costumes after they're worn tonight. Caring Costumes is also requesting donations from stores with leftover inventory. The pair will pick up, clean, care for, and give away the outfits to children who really need them. Tomorrow, Dia de los Muertos begins. It's a holiday with origins in Mexico, a time to honor family members and friends no longer with us. Ruth Gonzalez Jimenez, UK Latino student community specialist, shares this year the community is invited to get involved. They're making an altar with pictures and memorabilia of people held dear. In 2020, the event was brief due to the pandemic. Now attendees will share a meal, watch a movie, and hold a vigil.
It's a program that is meant to be healing, that's meant to be, celebratory of, yes, we've done, and seen a lot of hurt throughout COVID-19 and throughout so much these last 18 months, but this is a time that we really hope our community can slow down.
If you can't make the event, you can still bring a picture or item to add to the altar. It will be displayed in UK's Student Center throughout November. Well, one town in Kansas celebrated the birthday of a beloved business owner who turned 90 years old. Anna Ald has the story.
Even on a rainy day.
Hello, how are ya?
The Dairy Queen on South Poplar is still popular.
Just about to go get some blizzards.
And there's a reason.
Chocolate ice cream cone.
The owner, Richard Barrett.
About 35 years.
A staple in South Wichita, running it mostly by himself.
I think he's a great guy. He looks like he's doing a fabulous job.
He seems like a pretty sweet guy. He's very talkative.
Treating his customers more like family.
You're too convenient for this neighborhood.
And if you're a repeat customer, don't bother telling him your order.
He gets a small cone every day.
But now those customers are giving back to him for his 90th birthday.
It was a bit overwhelming for me. I didn't expect anything like that at all.
Cards.
Thank you and happy birthday.
Lots of them.
I just can't realize that many people had that much interest in me.
Filled with thank yous and memories.
They're coming from all over, not just Wichita.
Showing his customers leave with more than just ice cream.
Large one?
And at 90 years old, he hasn't given up quite yet, sending people away with a sweet treat and a smile.
Not too many people have a job that they can make people happy.
In Wichita.
Thank you.
Anna Ald, Eyewitness News.
Well, 2 out of 3 Americans will celebrate Halloween today with plans to give out candy to trick-or-treaters. The spooky holiday was virtually canceled entirely in 2020 as the pandemic raged. But this year, more than half Americans are decorating their homes and 44% are carving pumpkins. The total spending on Halloween in 2021 is expected to top more than $10 billion.
Well, after some showers this morning, it really has turned into a beautiful Sunday across the mountains. Let's take a look at that camera over at London Corbin Airport. Has some sunshine and blue skies today once those clouds and showers moved away. Current temperature right now at the airport sitting at 57 degrees. 55 here in Hazard and Pikeville, 57 also over in Jackson, 58 for Irvin, and 54 down in Harlan. So we're all in those middle to upper 50s right now, but we'll be falling off into those upper 40s later on this evening and into the overnight hours up on satellite and radar. You can see those showers we had earlier today are now long gone, and we are now dry under a mix of sun and clouds, and we stay mostly dry and mostly clear throughout the rest of tonight. So if you have any plans to be outdoors, good news, we stay dry under that mostly clear sky. Those temperatures though falling off into the lower 40s. I got that full forecast on what you can expect for your next work week coming up just a little bit later. Vivica.
Thank you, Cameron. A small college in Florida honored its most famous graduate in a special way this week. The man known to millions of children as Mr. Rogers was immortalized in bronze at Rollins College in Winter Park. Gail Paschal Brown takes us there.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Will you be mine? Will you be mine?
It's a beautiful day for a neighbor unveiling too, and not even the rain could put a damper on this.
1, 2, 3, here we go. Ta-da!
This sculpture of Mr. Rogers, Rollins College most famous alumnus, is 7.5 feet tall and weighs more than 3,000 pounds. It's located in the Chapel Garden courtyard on the Rollins campus next to Ann Russell Theater and depicts Rogers in his iconic sweater and sneakers surrounded by children.
That's all really him. He doesn't He didn't come home and put a sweater on, put tennis shoes on, but he was very gentle. He was not an actor. It was all true blue.
It shows Fred doing what he did all the time. And the children, the attitude of the children matches beautifully the way they always looked, as I remember them with him.
Sculptor Paul Day captured in extraordinary detail Mr. Rogers and the children in bronze. It's titled A Beautiful Day for a Neighbor. He says Fred Rogers reminds us to never forget the children in all of us.
May their influence continue to inspire us and future generations to kindness, service to others, and generosity of spirit. Thank you.
How awesome this sculpture is in front, but you've got to get around the back so that you can see the castle and all the puppets. Now, visitors to the campus beginning at 10 o'clock on Friday will get a chance to meet the creator as well as Mr. Rogers' son. This will be a permanent fixture on campus, and what a delight for Winter Park altogether. I'm Gail Pascal-Brown for West 2 News.
Moderna says the U.S. Food and Drug Administration needs more time to review its COVID-19 vaccine in teenagers. Today, the vaccine maker said the FDA wants to review the risk of heart inflammation in its COVID-19 vaccine in children and teens aged 12 to 17. Moderna predicts the review might delay emergency use authorization, its vaccine for this age group, until January. It has also said the review will delay its application for its vaccine in younger children. The CDC, has reported that the heart condition often resolves on its own and can be treated with drugs such as ibuprofen, although it is not a trivial condition. More of us are working from home than ever these days, and as we start powering up those home offices, it's hard not to notice what it's doing to your energy bill. As Susan Elizabeth Litfield reports, it has many Minnesotans turning to solar.
Lots of things have changed to this Plymouth home. On the inside, Brian Anderson had to quickly set up an in-home office for his work with Medtronic. On the outside, he decided to install solar panels and use the sun to energize his home.
So you see the green, which is basically today's sunshine.
He can make his own energy and share any extra.
Actually sold 16 kilowatt hours back to the power company. So that's kind of cool.
He's far from alone. With more people working from home and paying higher bills, more people are making the solar switch.
We've seen really booming interest across all sectors for solar.
These are some of the projects Griffin Dooling's company has worked on. He owns Blue Horizon and is president of Minnesota Solar Energy Industries Association. And he says solar is the choice more Minnesotans are making.
You're reducing the amount of energy that you'd have to buy from the utility, so you're saving money on your expenses in that respect. But then also, you're creating clean energy that doesn't require fossil fuels and doesn't require miles of distribution cable and things to reach your home. And so you're reducing the environmental footprint of your energy as well.
So let's talk dollars. On average, it takes about $15,000 to $25,000 to outfit a home with solar panels. To get a return on solar, homeowners will need to stay put for a while, as it takes from 5 to 15 years on average to recoup that investment. But there are incentives, credits from the state, and this big one.
For example, if you did a project on your home today, you'd get a 26% federal investment tax credit. And it's important to note that that tax credit is a reduction in your tax obligation.
For Brian, his home is where he plans to be, and it seems his investment is giving him some good energy. In Plymouth, Susan Elizabeth Littlefield, WCCO 4 News.
Japanese automaker Toyota is adding an electric SUV to its lineup. Take a look at this. It's called the BZ4X, and it features an optional solar roof. Along with steering similar to the one in the latest version of the Tesla models, the SUV was first revealed at the Shanghai Auto Show earlier this year. The BZ4X is expected to be available in Japan in mid-2022. It is unclear if it will be available in the U.S. Pricing is not yet available, but is expected to be in the coming months. Toyota says it will add 15 new battery electric vehicles to its lineup by 2025. And coming up, Heinz has rolled out a special edition of a Halloween-themed ketchup. And there is a haunted building in Minneapolis. Stay with us.
Have any trick-or-treat plans tonight? You may want to bundle up because it will be chilly out there. I got that full forecast coming up.